Stop and hear me out for a second. Everything that you want in your life, everything that you've been hoping for, everything that you've been quietly waiting for to arrive is not coming. No one is going to walk into your life and hand you a career that you are dreaming about. No one is going to show up at your door and give you the confidence that you've been wishing that you had. No one is going to build you the body that you want or repair the relationships that you've been neglecting. They're not going to give you the discipline you need to finally follow through. The truth, the uncomfortable truth, is that no one is coming to save you. And what that means, whether you like it or not, is that the only person who can pull you out of where you are and into the life that you want is you. I want you to sit with this for a moment. Think about how many times you've told yourself you'll start tomorrow. Think about how many times you've said you'll take the leap when you're ready, when you've done a little more research, when the timing feels right. But here's the thing. If you look back over the last year, how many times of those perfect moments have you actually ever had? How many times did you feel completely ready before you did something that truly mattered? We tell ourselves these stories, these fake stories, because it makes us feel safe. We convince ourselves that waiting is smart and that patience is noble and that preparing is the same thing as moving forward, but deep down we know it's not. It's just allowing us to stay where we are. And deep down we know that we're using fear as a disguise. If you keep living that way, years are going to go by and you're still going to be standing in the same place, in the same timeline, telling the same story. We wait because the unknown feels dangerous. We wait because the work looks hard and the outcome, it's not guaranteed. We wait because there's a voice in our head that tells us that we're not ready and that it's easier to believe that voice than to actually challenge it. But let me tell you something. There will never be a day when all that fear disappears before you start and get to work. There will never be a day when you have every answer. When you've built enough courage in private to handle everything in public, or when all the conditions line up just perfectly. Courage doesn't show up before you act. It shows up because you acted. And every time you choose to wait for the right moment, you're actually training yourself to live a small and confined life. Is that what you want? The more you delay, the more you send yourself the message that you can't be trusted to go after the life that you really want. And once that belief hardens within you, it becomes a prison that you're going to carry everywhere. So here's what has to happen. You have to decide that waiting is no longer an option. You have to decide that even if it's messy, even if you're scared, even if you stumble, you're going to take one small step forward now. Because every meaningful change in your life will start with one choice. The choice to begin before you feel ready. So ask yourself right now, what if I stopped waiting? What is the very first action I could take? What if I stopped telling myself I'm not ready? What's the first conversation that I'd have? If I believed I were capable, where would I start? When you force yourself to answer those questions honestly, you can't hide from them anymore. You can't keep telling yourself the same story because you've already told yourself the truth. I want you to picture the version of yourself that you know you could be. The one who follows through, the one who gets up early, the one who shows up with energy and purpose, the one who makes decisions instead of waiting for life to decide for them. That version of you is not a fantasy. It already exists. In the choices that you make today, in the moments that you decide to act instead of delay. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you close the gap between who you are and who you want to be. And over time, that gap gets smaller and it disappears because you've stopped waiting for permission to fully live your life. But if you keep living like you have unlimited time, you will run out of time. The people who achieve the life they want don't wait for it to arrive. They go out and build it, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one is cheering them on. So here's my truth I want to leave you with. Your life will not change until you decide that it must change. Not should change, not might change, but must change. If you're waiting for someone to push you, this is it. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. If you're waiting for a perfect moment, it's never coming. And that's exactly why you need to move right now. Our life is lived in the eternal moment, and we only have one life that we know of. We have this moment, and no matter how much time you think you have left, you will never get today back. So stand up and start the thing. Just start the thing. Make the call, have the conversation, write the first page, take the first step. Because the second you stop waiting, you start living. And that's what's beautiful. And once you start living, you're never going to want to go back because you've already made it.